Yeah, good day, guys. This is Naroz Anis from Villawood IDC, and just doing this the Corrected Test Series episode 8 live stream. Um, as you would have seen from my tweets, it has been a very stressful day, and I'll start off with this morning. I went to the medication area. IHMS dispenses medication between the time of 8 a.m. to 8:20 a.m. from my compound. So I went to the medication area at about 8 past 8 a.m. I was followed into the medication compound area by three white supremacists, three white supremacist neo-Nazi ERT guards. Now, these guards are well known within the detention network to show white supremacist salutes. They have been openly racially abusing refugees, and I was their next target. So these three white supremacist ERD guards followed me in and surrounded me in the medical compound. So while I was waiting to have my medication dispensed, Tom, being one of the guys pictured on my Twitter profile, Tom, being one of those ERT guards, he came very close to my face and started passing on threats to me. I mean, I just woke up and these threats were so out of blue. So he's talking about my whistleblowing about cash for visas and about my videos put in the media for the human rights abuses this ERT guard's been doing. And he said he knows what I've done to his mates, like what I've done to your mates. Anyways, he continued to threatened me. At one stage, he said words to the effect of that one day we're going to come to your room with the cameras off, where we're going to kill you. That's what he said. That shook me up. I activated my mobile's SOS system, and I requested to see that Tom Serco ERT guard's ID. He refused to show his ID. And I asked to see a manager, he refused. And while I was just requesting that, he viciously and brutally assaulted me, indecently assaulted me, robbed, snatched, or theft, whatever you're gonna call it, grabbed my phone out of my hand with some force and damaged it. He did that intentionally and he did that brazenly. And now these guards, they had their body cameras on. All of those body cameras which are placed here, they were switched off. And these guards, they know which are the black spots covered, which are not covered by the CCTV footage. Right now, FYI, I also want to put this on the record that the reason I'm late for my live stream is I was just having a smoke outside at about 5 past 5 p.m. There were two ERT guards, the little one and the other one, the tall white one. They had their bags and they're walking towards their car. They're finishing their shift. They gave me a white supremacist signal like this, and they said, "We're going to come back and we're going to kill you." They shouted that out to me through the fence. There's a fence which you can see through. He just did that. That's the brazen nature of these guards. How do I feel safe? I can't call New South Wales police. New South Wales police say it's not a jurisdiction. Federal police say put a complaint to Serco. So technically, I would ask Serco to refer their own selves to police. How bizarre it is. I mean, this is what you call a democracy. This is not a democracy. This is a state within a state. People probably have more rights in North Korea than people have in these onshore detention centers. Anyways, I realized in the morning that it was, a targeted bait and bash mission by these trio of white supremacist guards. Bait and bash mission is what Serco ERT guards do, is they switch their cameras off and they target a detainee. They racially abuse that refugee or they pass them some threats. And when that refugee or detainee falls for that bait and gets provoked, they switch their cameras on straight away to capture the detainee's reaction. Then they switch the cameras off and then they bash the detainee. That's what they wanted to do to me today. But I handled the situation cool, calm, and collectively. I just asked to see the manager. They refused, and they still physically assaulted me, indecently assaulted me, and damaged my phone. Now, they have been practicing this for a long time, this bait and bashing mission on refugees and detainees, where they have, they keep their body cameras off while they threaten and racially abuse the refugees, and then they switch the cameras off again. Then they take the refugee to a different place, and then they bash them. Um, what I wish to point out is these Serco guards are literally above the law. I mean, I've been in arbitrary detention since 2016. I've seen these ERD guards, especially these white supremacist ERD guards. They speak the language of Fraser Anning, right? They openly do the white supremacist salutes in here. They tell the Muslim refugees, they abuse us, the Muslim people especially, they racially and religiously abuse us to hurt our sentiments. They especially, like, I mean, if I'm a Muslim, he would say something very Islamophobic to me to provoke correction out of me. Now, I'm not going to fall for that. I'm just going to stay cool, calm, collected. I'm going to start recording. But now what they started doing is that they know that the detainees are gonna, for example, me, I'm gonna capture their misfeasance and abuse of power on the camera. So they try to destroy my mobile. That's what they did today. But the issue is there's going to be no legal course of action against the Serco guards because, as evident, New South Wales police is not going to get involved. Federal police is going to say complaint about Serco to Serco. So what do we do? This is where the community needs to get involved. As the police continues to protect these Serco thugs, I mean, if the police is actually not taking action against these neo-Nazi white supremacists, they are protecting them. If you're not condemning them, you're condoning their behavior, and that's evident for the police. When was the last time a Serco guard got fired? Never. And it's not like they're angels. They're the worst of the worst breed. There's the reject shop of the world where Serco hire their people from their neo-Nazi groups, right? So it's time for a peaceful civil boycott and sanction of designated Serco guards. Hashtag CBS Serco. So what we are going to do is we're going to identify these neo-Nazi Serco guards. There will be, thanks Epti, on my website, narozanis.com, and on my Twitter, we're going to identify these neo-Nazi Serco guards. We're going to start a peaceful civil boycott and sanctions of these designated Serco guards. So once we designate a Serco guard with evidence on a website or Twitter, civil society with a consciousness need to break all their links with that Serco guard and totally boycott their existence. So for example, if you own a shop or you work at a shop and one of these designated Serco guards enter your shop, you can refuse them service, right? So you can politely say, shame on you for your crimes against humanity. And we don't serve white supremacist Nazis who torture and kill detainees and refugees. You can politely say that and refuse them service. If you work at a bakery, if you work at a restaurant, start refusing this Nazi service and start boycotting them. By the way, it's open for you to say that your religion or your consciousness forbids you to have anything to do with these neo-Nazis, right? I've been a pacifist all my life. And the issue is these Nazis, back in the Second World War, First World War, we didn't defeat these Nazis by turning the other cheek. My grandfather, he was in the British Army, and he fought against these Nazis. You can't be a pacifist with this neo-Nazis who want to literally kill you in this detention center. You simply cannot speak poetry to a swordsman. If a person takes his swords out and he wants to kill you with it, you can't exactly speak poetry to him. You have to defend yourself. So what I'm calling for is I'm calling for arms. Calling for arms, and I'm calling for a civil, peaceful action against these designated circle guards, civil boycott and sanctions of designated circle guards. All the circle guards I've identified on my Twitter. On my website, I'm going to make profile of each and every circle guard, place evidence against them, and all our civil society can get together and just boycott their existence. Anytime you see them on the streets, if you identify them and you feel like it, feel free to tell them that shame on you for your crimes against humanity. If they come to you for a service, you refuse to serve them on religious grounds and on the grounds of your consciousness. It's open to you and it's your right. The other thing is that I need your support, guys. They continue to destroy my mobile for a reason, because I've exposed them brutally and they want to destroy my mobile to get rid of evidence, right? Before, at 5th of May 2019, they destroyed my previous mobile. This mobile I bought with the last cents which were left to my name. I bought this mobile, and this circle guard has damaged that too. So please, if you wish to support me, please, thank you so much, Abby. If you wish to support me, please click on the link on my Patreon website, become a Patreon for as little as $1, $2, $3. You can support me in this fight for love and freedom. And guys, you just got to ask yourself a question. These people, these ERT guards, by the way, are getting paid upwards of $80 to $100 an hour from your taxpayer dollar money. And look at what they're doing under your name to me and other refugees, subjecting us to racial abuse, sexual assaults, other indecent assaults, threats. I mean, I have seen 4 people that I know commit suicide because of these neo-Nazis. These neo-Nazis goaded them to commit suicide. 4 people that I personally know in detention. So it can't carry on like that. We have to, as a community, we need to get together and we need to take action. And that action we need to take is we need to totally boycott and sanction designated circle guards. Not all of them, the ones we designate along with evidence. So guys, thank you so much for your kind message of support the whole time. It means a lot to me. Unfortunately, in detention, I have to continuously keep looking over my shoulder, because anytime these 3 neo-Nazis, they're open about it, by the way. One of them has a swastika. One of these ERT guards has got a bloody swastika. How did ABF let that happen? But the point being, I don't fear them. I'm a Muslim and I believe in one thing in Quran, right? In Quran, it is the same. They plot and plan and Allah plot and plans, and Allah is the best of planners. So bring it on. I say the neo-Nazis, bring it on. You want to test me? I've got nothing left to lose. But I'm going to continue fighting for love and freedom. Thank you so much, guys, and love you all.